very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight and Sim live stream today. It's the 27th of December, it's 2025, 33 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. We're back in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 for a beta aircraft, which is now available in early access. It's the Blackbird Simulations Blackbird SR71. How well named. Now, we have flown a Blackbird before, the one for X-Plane 12, but this one has been, I think, 4 years in the making. This ain't no cookie or arcade version. This is a proper modelled SR71 where if you don't follow the procedures correctly, you will not be able to get to your destination. I've got a 22-page manual printed out in front of me. I'm going to follow the checklist as accurately as possible. I had a little play of it yesterday, a little play of it this morning, and we're recreating one of the tutorial flights. So we're flying from two SR71 historic bases. We're here in California, sunny California, Beale Air Force Base, and we're going to be flying to Eielson in Alaska. It's around 1,500 nautical miles, and conventionally you talk about a 4-hour flight, but the Blackbird should take us about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. We will endeavour to get to Mach 3 today. On my test sector, the engine flamed out about 3 times, so hopefully less times today. I have no clue what I'm doing. As a big disclaimer, I am a 737 rated pilot, not an SR71 rated pilot. It's a fantastic add-on. You should go take a look at it online, and full release should be in the not too distant future. Anyway, who have we got here in chat? We've got Nightbot, hope you're doing well. List them in. The SR71 was the first thing I flew an X-Plane 7 years ago. Of course, it's been a stock aircraft in that sim for ages. Having Storm, thank you very much. 18 months. Icon, it's been some time, hasn't it? You have been here for a year and a half now. Thank you very much. You continue to support as a member. Hope you're doing very well. Eddie Mambo, going to be so happy to be on the stream. If it crosses the 100,000 milestone, it could well happen today. I've just refreshed it now. Subscriber count, it's just gone down one. It's been going up and down all day. Right now, 99,991 subscribers. So, whoever that wasn't unsubscribed, thank you so much. But maybe we'll reach it today. If not, hopefully by the end of the year. Massive thank you to 330 Driver, actually. Go check him out. He did a bit of a shout out for me a few days ago and had a massive jump up to just shy of 100,000 subs prior to this stream today. El Grey, this aircraft seems to be attracting airline pilots. It's about flying procedures. It's a very procedural aircraft, but it's an aircraft that's always on the limit. Too slow, you stall; too fast, you'll overheat. So it's going to be great fun. We're going to be following real world procedures based off the checklist of this aircraft. No yoke cam today. It's not set up. I've got my ever side stick and my thrustmaster thrust lever set up here as well. A little bit about the route we're going to be doing then. As I said, we're in, I think the home of the SR71 was Beale Air Force Base in California. We're live time and live weather, 7 degrees here. We're going to basically fly westbound here and then northeast. We're going to have to do in-flight air refueling, and then we're going to go over the Pacific, Mach 3, crossing into Alaska, and then to this airfield here, which I think Donald Trump was at not that long ago, talking to Vladimir Putin. Eielson Air Force Base, which is also a staging point for the SR71, but this is one of the included flights. A good long sector, good test sector here as well. Oh, Mike, music down a little or mic up, buddy? Sorry, yeah, is that better? Again, I was a little bit too far away from my microphone. But anyway, check out this external model. This is just stock scenery as well, but as I said, live time. The sun is just rising here, and here is the beautiful SR71 Blackbird. We've got a beautiful external model. We've got obviously these V8 Hemi-engine carts, which are used to start the engines. Our temps have been reset there. Basically, you fire in this chemical to light up the afterburner and during engine start, but you only can do it so many times in a flight. Here are wheels laced with aluminium, I believe, so you can have an incredibly high approach speed and takeoff speed here. Again, there's no flaps on this aircraft, so the takeoff rotation speed and approach speed is something like 200 knots, so very, very hot in. Mike seems quiet. Alright, hold on. Let me just... I've turned up the mic volume in Streamlabs. I did actually have some issues with my microphone prior to the stream setting things up, so I've just turned up the mic volume there slightly. Hopefully that will sort things out for you guys. But anyway, let me just show you a little bit of what I'm having to follow today for this flight. I've just opened up the PDF here in the background. So I was actually looking this up because I couldn't find this button earlier. So this is some of the documentation included. So this is the guidance for the beta release notes, which provide information on a tutorial flight essentially. But look at this manual here. This is one of the many included manuals, including the official manual before, or the official SR71, which has been sort of removed from secrecy. But look at the detailed information you have to follow in the checks here. There's so much you have to do correctly, and if you don't do it correctly, the engine flames out or you do something wrong, you must be patient with me. It's a really complex aircraft. I haven't just jumped in and done a stream. I had a little bit of a play with it, but yeah, there's authentic, they've actually got ex-SR71 pilots providing audio for the startup. But the aircraft is in beta. It's not fully released. There are a few little quirks and bugs, but essentially you can follow the SR71 Mach 3 profile as per the real world procedures when it flew all those years ago. Anyway, let me get rid of the PDF and we'll jump into the aircraft. It does take a while for the gauges to sort of spawn in, but here you have an incredibly detailed cockpit. Yes, you have a conventional GPS as backup for you to follow. You can obviously turn it off. You've got circuit breakers. These will be modelled in time, I've been informed by the devs, but all these switches are working. They have impacts on what you need to do. You can move the spikes in the engine, the bypass air and all sorts. I have it set to a lot of the automatic phases, but I think this is what it was using in real life, but manually I ended up playing around with it manually and the engines flamed out again. Navigation systems are conventional. You can also link it to GPS, fuel tank and configurations, autopilot systems. All of this is modelled and working. Yeah, loads going on here. Now lower the mic a little. I can't keep everyone happy here. How's that? But anyway, look, the great thing is when you go over here on the canopy, you press one of the mirrors, obviously it's open here, and you get this little quirky thing here to run checklists and things to get the aircraft configured. So I've done a lot of the pre-flight checks already. In fact, I'll sort of run through them again just to make sure we're happy with everything. I'm not going to pretend I'm an SR71 Blackbird because I'm not, but essentially you work your way up here, test the oxygen systems, you have LOX quantity, not sure what that is, I'm not on VATSIM or anything like that today. Lighting, exterior lighting's all set and configured. Exhaust gas temperatures, you can use this to modify the temperature slightly. Inlet aft bypass you have to fiddle with when you go supersonic. Refrigeration systems and air conditioning. Obviously you wore a spacesuit in this aircraft because it flew up at what, 70,000-80,000 feet. Your conventional displays, artificial horizon, a HSI here which is slave to the operational flight plan, engine instrumentation and autopilot and flight controls are here, and other systems too. It's actually quite a good layout with the cockpit. It's sort of you can find most switches after playing around with it for sort of 5 or 6 hours. But anyway, I've run through the checklist, I've done the pre-flight checks, and essentially we're going to do the pre-flight or pre-start checklist using the interactive officer in the back of the aircraft, which is recorded from an ex-SR71 navigator, I believe, and pilot, so it's pretty cool. So to start the engines, we'll again click that mirror up here, go to RSO checklist, and we're going to go to the ready to start checklist, and we'll just double check to make sure everything is correct here. If there's anyone, thank you Sir Teabag, Lockheed's liquid oxygen, if there's anyone here who is familiar with SR71 add-ons and wants to provide input, feel free to do so. I will need it today. Walt, are you there? Let's turn the music off. So these two guys, Blackbird Simulations got recordings off, are SR71 pilots and navigators. It's really cool. So they're checking the audio of the interphone. Battery's already on and powered up. So to test that, you move that switch up here. Check that. You have to satisfy that to complete the checklist.
Fuel quantity gauge check.
So interesting fact about the fuel. This leaked fuel on the ground. You can't take off a full tank of fuel. You have to refuel once you're airborne, which is what we're going to do. We've got 46,000 pounds now. Centre of gravity. Fuel's moved around to keep the CG within limits. Brian Shul, yes, I think that is his voice.
Oxygen supply switches.
So to test those, it's already been tested, it's already pressurised.
Exterior lights.
So anti-collision light on to start the engines. I don't know what happened on my test sectors. I used to get these audio beeps. The same with the engines. These are the temp counters. I can't remember the chemical, but essentially every time you light the afterburner, this temp counter goes down by 1, so you're limited by that. But when I added the thrust on my test sector, got the 2 thrust levers, before you went into afterburner, you got this sort of warning tone. It seems to have stopped working, so I don't know why or how to turn that back on. Anyway, let's pop on the anti-collision light, which is down here.
On.
There we are.
Brakes.
They should be already set by default. The chocks are on at the moment. Cool, we're ready for start. I was outside, which is why I didn't play the audio. So the engine starter sequence, you basically fire up these... Ah, I've jumped out of the cockpit, don't do that. You fire up these... I don't know what they're not air starter units. So basically it's a V8 engine, which gets the rotor spinning in the engines, and then you fire in fuel and off it goes. So but yeah, this is just a rocket plane here. So the checklist, as I said, you could go into a huge amount of detail, go completely cold and dark, set up the aircraft from that position. However, the default is this sort of ready for engine start, because this is how the pilots would approach the aircraft, and you know, it would already be set up by the ground engineers, and essentially you jump in and start the engines. But again, there's a clipboard here regarding the difficulty. I've turned off random failures. The difficulty of air-to-air refueling is moderate. The difficult one, you actually have to basically get the boom into this. I can't do it. I tried, I just cannot do it. The easy one is too easy, but you have to be within, I think, 80 meters for it to refuel. So sorry for all the hardcore sim enthusiasts, but yeah, the nav plan is there, the mission plan. So this is the flight plan loaded into Navigraph, which is on here in the background, just there. So essentially the navigation system's slave to that already from the start. But yeah, in-flight refueling, if I had it on the most realistic setting, guys, we would not be able to refuel and we won't make it to our destination. Anyway, let's start these engines. So we can go back here, ready to start. We've done start engines and start checklist.
Okay, Walt, I'm ready to start.
And maybe you don't get the warning till up and running. Maybe, Steve, actually. I think I did on the test sectors anyway. Right, we're going to start the engines now. So press back and back again. Ground services. We'll disconnect the ladders. So the ladders have gone. We need the air connected and the Hemis, and then we go start engines. Start engine number 1 first. Here we go. Sounds on this add-on are amazing. So you can hear the V8 revving up. I've got the sim as loud as possible, by the way. There we are. So that's revving up, and then we just basically, when it's at max power, just move the thrust lever out the detent to idle. There we go, it's spooling up. Got to go outside for this. There you go, there's the TB lighting up, and the engine starts. What? Too quiet, I need it louder. Why is that so quiet? Anyway, it was louder when I did my test sector. Anyway, and then you repeat for engine number 2. Quick. There we are. On the test sector, it was much louder. Don't forget, in reality, this would be pouring out fuel on the ground because all the fuel tanks haven't sealed up. Gotta live the heat blur. Oh yeah, one of the most advanced aircraft ever yet still uses the ground cart to start up. Well, don't forget, this aircraft is what, 50, 60 years old now. I mean, it is obsolete, but still well ahead of its time. Right, adding fuel. You get that nice green-blue flash. Boof, there it is. So temp counter check. We've used 1 shot of temp for the engine start. Started with 16, we're now to 15.
Looking good, normal.
So hopefully all these are in the right position.
Okay, am I disconnecting the external power coming out?
Okay, so disconnect the carts, remove ladders, close canopy. So disconnect carts, remove ladders, and close canopy. And that's the end of that. Perfect. So and that's the start checklist complete, essentially. So we'll also remove the chocks. Next checklist we'll do is before taxi, but I'm just going to run through the paper checklist I printed out here because there are things you need to do after the engines start. So we've started the engines, check the temp counters are at 15, which they are after the engines start. Generator switches are both in the normal position, which they are, and check the bus tie caution light has extinguished. Fuel systems check, so we're monitoring all of the fuel tanks at the moment. We can release the pumps. Forward bypass indicators both fully open. Where on earth is that? I think that's over here. Yeah, fully open. Forward bypass indicators both fully open. I'd say that's fully closed. Is that on the auto position? Do I have to rotate? I think I might have not done this on my test sector. So I've gone back to auto the other side, but these need to be forward bypass doors fully open. So I've rotated it to the other auto to move them into the open position. I'm not exactly sure what the forward bypass doors are. Essentially, if you don't do it right, the engines will flame out. So we'll soon find out, guys. Steve M, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, heat blur is so overdone it's ridiculous. I mean, look at the PMDG 73, it's all over the wing and flap sometimes. That is true, and it is quite exaggerated, albeit I would expect a lot of heat blur from these engines. There we are. Anyway, these are fully open. Spike positions, check 0, brake selection switch, anti-skid is on. So, anti-skid's already on, great. And now we need to do the DAC fix bit test. This takes about a minute, guys. You have to be patient. So make sure the hydraulics are on. We turn on all of these servos. It's important that you do this test. Make sure the APW switch is on pusher shaker, which it is. That's this switch here. Both restart switches must be off. They normally are. Throttle restart switches off as well. Both autopilot engage switches on. Autopilot heading mode switch must be on. Autopilot speed hold switch must be in KES hold. And then complete bit test. Right, this takes a minute, guys. So watch the stick moving right automatically, and you'll notice sort of the elevons do this. Now, if you look at some external videos of the SR71, you can sort of see this test being completed. So it does various tests of all the systems. You get lots of warning lights flash on. You just have to be patient with this. That's UpToCat. That's a fantastic question. I have no idea why this little bug spins round. The heading bug is this one, and the course is this. But the thing is, I've got it slaved to my flight plan. This here apparently was a picture of the map. Am I moving forward? No. This is a picture of the map over a sort of a paper map, which was then projected onto a sort of lamp. And as the aircraft moved around, this was updated. But they sort of added a sort of GPS map, which is quite cool. But anyway, we'll let this test continue. Is there anything that doesn't cause the engines to flame out? Yeah, real rated pilot on the SR71. Anyway, here we are. It will say when the test is complete. When I first did this, I was getting quite impatient and rushed, and the test hadn't actually finished. So all the black blinking lights are associated with that test. So we've got that, this one blinking, that R on. All this is modelled, guys. All this is modelled. There we are. Test complete. Oops. Is it? Did it pass the test? I don't like how that's... that didn't happen on my test sector. All these are flicked off. Oh, what's happened here? Okay, I think the test is done. Alright, well, we'll carry on. It didn't say checklist complete, did it? I think it was. Proceed to next item. Oh, I hope it doesn't. I'm going to skip the BIT test. That big fuel gauge was the most important one, I assume. Yes, £45,000. Oh yeah, flight instrument check. Refridge on.
Instruments are good. Check. Canopy seals.
Alright, make sure you seal the canopy. You do this by moving this switch here to on.
Lines down lock.
Perfect. Funny answer. It's a bearing pointer swooping because there's no valid TACAN. Right, we've done the TDI check, so we'll proceed to next item.
Taxi.
Perfect. Remove chocks, nose wheel steering on, test brakes. Okay. So did I remove the chocks already? I did. Brakes released.
Brakes are good. Steering's on.
Alright guys, so we're on live weather right now, so just checking here, let's just refresh 59 minutes ago. Weather, okay, well we'll go off that, 3404, so what we'll do, we'll taxi out to runway 333, headwind there, bit of a long taxi anyway. Right, so if I had a bit of thrust, we should be moving under our own power. There we go. I've got a caution for manual inlet, anti-skid out, SAS out. Right. So manual inlet. What's caused that? Is that because I've moved this all the way here? Let me just put this all the way to auto again. That then closes the forward bypass doors. Right, someone needs to find out what manual inlet is, because that didn't happen on my test sector. Did you hit the man out there? Possibly. Actually, where's the taxiway? I'm not nowhere near the taxiway. We'll take a ride down here. I'm just going to wait until that's fully closed and see what happens. Anti-skid I can sort out. That's on. Still got manual inlet. SAS I know how to do, and the pitot heat as well, but it's the manual inlet. I need to work out how to get that to stop blinking. Pitot heat on is there.
Minimums.
Cheers, Gods88. 6 months as a member. Thank you very much for the support, buddy. Need to reset the SAS as well to get the computer up to date here. Right, manual inlet. We need to work out in the manual how to stop that from blinking prior to departure. This thing will complicate the Concorde and Vulcan. Looks like it. Yeah, I think it's a combination of the two, really. This is like Concorde with Vulcan cockpit. You should know how to get the lamp to stop blinking, yes, but manual inlet, what was that? I feel like that's quite important. I've got the manual up here on the side. Let me just double check. Manual inlet. No. Search results. Restart switch. Press each to on. Verify restart switches. Verify manual inlet and then back to off. I don't think manual inlet is meant to stay. Whenever either a spike or door knob is placed in manual control or the unstart recovery is triggered manually, the warning light manual inlet will flash and remain on until the system returns to automatic operation. Right, we need to make sure we're in automatic operation. Auto. Again, I'll just rotate this all the way this way into the auto position. I think it's to do with those here. We've got to make sure everything's in automatic. Don't look at it as it's not blinking. That's true. So the inlet position, the forward bypass doors are now drawing to fully open, which is what I want, but the manual inlet light is still on. It's a lovely day to go fly. Awesome. It's a Concorde business jet on steroids. And then some. This didn't happen on my test sector. Alright. That's all the information I have on manual inlets. Look at the other manual quickly. No information on manual inlet. Just watch my taxi speed here, crikey. Still at idle thrust, but just taxiing on so quickly. I'm getting 75 FPS as well. Alright. Takeoff's going to be fun then. So basically, you don't go full power. The afterburner has several ranges. You have the afterburner on and then low burner, high burner. Essentially, you fire the afterburner and go halfway between low and full. And then you climb up at 400 knots. Rotate at 200, gear up. Make sure the gear's rotated by 300. And then you climb at 400 knots. We're going to climb up to 25,000 feet. Level off. And then we're going to level off, and then what we'll do, we'll continue going westbound until we get to our first waypoint, and then make a right turn northwest. In-flight refueling will complete. By the time that's done, we'll be over the Pacific to go Mach 3. We've got 44,000 pounds of fuel. Remember, this aircraft always took off and then immediately did in-flight refueling. I'm just going to wait at the whole point here just to see if we can get these manual inlet lights to extinguish. Alrighty, that'll do. Alright, brakes are on. Okay, so look, I'm quite happy these are in the auto position. You've got spikes, and look, this arrow is pointing right at auto, and their forward bypass door is open, which I think is the position we need. So I really don't know what it's not happy about. SAS out. Let me turn that on now. Okay, so I only have this manual inlet master caution. Alright, let me just double check the checklist, make sure there's nothing we've forgotten. So taxi complete before takeoff. Checklist, so ANS distance on HSI, which is 61 miles to our first waypoint. Flight instruments are set. Engine run IGV lockout check procedure. So eventually you set the brakes. Just add some thrust. 1, 2 yellow master caution lights. 1, 2. Great, so they're working fine. The sounds on this are so good. And essentially you do some checks to make sure it locks out, which you'll do for supersonic flight. EGT manual trim switch is checked, flight control and trim check, fuel secrecy check 1, 3 and 6. Yeah, that's illuminated, and the others are off. CG check, not close to the red line, which is checked. Bailer bar, not applicable. Brake switch anti-skid on, takeoff data review, PT on, batteries on. Pre-takeoff checks complete. Switch is not in the off position. Power for the light is furnished by the essential DC bus. Is that the manual inlet light? I've done something to the bus tie relay. The unshaded panel manual inlet, when illuminated, indicates that one or more of the 4 rotary spike and forward bypass controls are not in the auto position, or that an inlet restart. So it's basically saying one of these are not in the auto position. Let me just rotate that all the way around to the other auto position. See what happens. Oh! It's extinguished! There you go. Perfect. Oh. I've done it. So I had to rotate it all the way around to the other auto position. But that closes the forward bypass door, which apparently needs to be open. Oh, I don't know. Thanks for that. Right, I have gotten rid of every single master caution. God, this is... Do you know what I love about this add-on? And things like Concorde. If I could get you to our planned destination, it's a sense of achievement. Honestly, it really is. And that's my chance. I've got to get you to Alaska from California. Right, I think we're ready to go, guys. Takeoff notes. Right, hold toe brakes will set 50%. Inlet guide vane should shift to the actual position. Engage burners and set half the full afterburner range. Lift your nose at around 170 knots, rotate at 210. Immediately raise the gear to avoid the excess maximum gear speed of 300 knots, then climb at 400 knots. Right, are we ready? That should have been on. Oh yeah, my beacon light's not in the right position either. It should be on this one. So cool, look, the anti-collision light pops out of a little thing into the airflow. That's so cool. Alright. Fairbanks, or is it military base? We're flying into... Is it Eielson? Eielson pronunciation? I did a thing, yeah, I did something. I know, Steve. Alright. I could do with the devs in chat, really. Right, TCAS TAR8, weather radar on. I don't think weather was ever an issue for this aircraft at 80,000 feet. Alright, cool. There's no timer on this, so we'll make a note of the takeoff time, 16:04 Zulu, just to work out the flight. We are live time, live weather today. So far up in the northern hemisphere, I think the sun might be sort of almost setting by the time we get there. Alright, cool. You can cheat and remove this if you wish to get a better view, but that's cheating. Right. Are we ready? Be careful of enemy sabotage, I will. Right. On the brakes. Yeah, definitely not getting the tone. Alright. So wait until the temp counter goes down so I know the burner's activated. Right, burners are on. 50% of burner. Just to give you a quick idea of what's going on outside. Brakes released. We're off. Oh my gosh, the acceleration is bonkers. Airspeed alive, 100 knots. 140, 150, 160, 170. Start raising the nose. 200 knots. We're airborne. Positive to climb. Gear up. 250 knots. $300 knots. You imagine the noise from that. Alright, cool. So we're going to make a left turn en route. The HSI has already slaved my route, so we're going to need to keep making a left turn. Coming up to 400 knots. When we get to 400 knots, I'll take the burners out. Alright, 400 knots coming up. Burners are off. I think. It's really hard to tell. Used to make this tone, but I don't know why the tone's... No, it's not quite off yet. There we are, burners are off now. So 400 knots indicated. Actually got... There we are. So this is showing 400 knots here. So I'm just going to pitch to maintain 400 EAS. And this track's good. So the HSI slave to our route. So just pitching up ever so slightly, just to maintain 400 knots in the climb. There we go, and trim. 406. Alright, we're in a good position here. So you got Mach 0.7 already, passing 9,000 feet. Thank you for subscription, Diego. Welcome aboard. When does the SARS seatbelt sign turn off? Need to visit the bathroom. Brilliant. Look at this. What a shape of it. It's a flying, flying plate. Alright, cool. So this course is good. Obviously, I'm fortunate to have Navigraph, but like I said, we'll use as much conventional navigation as possible. We're climbing up to 25,000. It's going to maintain 25,000 feet, probably around 350 knots when we get there, because we'll need to do some in-flight refueling. Down to 39,000 pounds of fuel. After takeoff, so gear up, engine instruments checked, limiter engaged and light off. Attitude references, ANS. So you can see, look, the HSI coming in. little bit of a right turn to follow the track. EGT trim is in the auto position. Press tank 4 released. And then release pump, there we are, so that must be off. Altimeter set standard, which I can do now, 29902. Which is now set, and just want to make a right turn here. Still hand flying. .400 knots climb. Mach 0.8. Airborne now for about 4 minutes. Now I've just levelled off briefly just to get back to 400 knots. Now I'll start pitching up again. Steady. Alright. It's a beautiful day to go flying. Super smooth. Over in California. Still the coolest aircraft ever made, without a doubt. Master caution. What have I done? Oh yeah, surface limiter. Pull that out. That's fine. Again, just making a slight turn on route. Passing 19,000 feet. 0.86 Mach. Okay, we'll go wings level. So now I'm going to start using the autopilot. So what I'm going to do is turn on the pitch and roll servos. We're going to put auto nav on so it follows the route, and then to KEAS hold, so it's going to pitch to maintain 393 knots. Approaching 25,000 feet, will turn off KES hold and go to pitch hold, and then you adjust your pitch. It has no out hold function. You have to essentially adjust the pitch to maintain level flight. But right now it's pitching to maintain about 390 knots, and laterally it's following the planned route. So once we're inbound off Delta 0001 to Delta 0002, we'll start the in-flight refueling process. Our call sign is Aspen. Apparently that was a common call sign used by the SR71. Textures are very nice. It looks really nice in here. Apparently there was another SR71 released last week, but I think it's a bit of a PlayStation, Xbox gamer version. So Mach 0.9 at the moment. Is this Death Valley? Not that it's very hot there at the moment. So we're just, yeah, there's all San Francisco there, aren't we? Cool. You can see the lake on the horizon. Actually, no, that's a smaller lake. It's much bigger over there. Alright, approaching 25,000 feet. So what I'm going to do is go to pitch hold, do that, turn off KS hold, and then you rotate this little pitch wheel just to set whatever pitch you want. So now I'm going to maintain about 350 knots. There's no auto throttle on this aircraft, so I'm just going to pitch up again now. And there's no out hold function, so you just have to adjust the pitch and thrust to maintain. Well, I want to keep the speed around. Got my notes here. Air refueling at around 350 knots. Might just take a little bit of thrust off here. Amazing. It's authentic autopilot as well. There we are, it's already turning over the next waypoint. It's going that fast already, it has to turn early. And this nav function is sort of using the pre-planned GPS route. But you know, it's based off the conventional ANS navigation system, which works in a similar way. So again, a bit more thrust off because I want to maintain about 350 knots in flight refueling. Don't laugh at me at in-flight refueling. Like I said earlier, I'm using the moderate difficulty setting, so all I've got to do is get the boom within 80 meters, and it will start the refueling process. On the difficult one, you've actually got to get it into the little slot back here. I mean, I tried it. I mean, I managed to get 1 pound of fuel in. That's so hard. How much was the aircraft? Or how much is it from the store? I think it's $35. Or the real aeroplane, I don't know. Right, approaching flight level 250. burnt A16 to 20 tons per hour. Well, remember, we took off with 40,000 pounds. We're down to 35,000 already. Alright, getting ready to level off. Start taking a bit more thrust off. Yeah, I'm only burning about 15,000 pounds of fuel per engine at the moment. Yeah, sipping. 0.92 Mach. I start reducing the pitch. Okay, 100 feet to go. Flight level 250. Speed 369 knots. I'm using EAS. Actually, I don't know what that is, EAS. Okay, let's level off using the pitch wheel. Take a bit more thrust off. Okay, there we go, guys. So we're pretty much level. Just one more rotation of the pitch wheel down here. Okay, it's got a very slight descent, almost level, that's fine. Speed's just bleeding off the 350 knots. We're at 357 now. So I'll just get ready to add a little bit of thrust to maintain 350, then we'll start the in-flight refueling process, which I have to do manually. I just want to get the aircraft as stable as possible. Okay, adding a bit of thrust to maintain 350 knots. Happy days. There we are. So, bit of a breather. And I'm going to go through the air refueling checklist. Alright. What do you think of the add-on, guys? It's cool, isn't it? Oh, I can get my little beacon light away now. Where is it? Off. You can see it retract into the fuselage, look. Awesome. Oh look, that's actually gotten rid of some drag. My goodness. Just taking a bit more thrust off, see the fuel flow here. Okay, so you have two options for refueling: invisible stealth tanker or magic refuel or full realism. Let's go for full realism, but with the moderate easy setting. So refuel switch, tank 4 press on, air refuel up, ready light on. There you go, there's the panel open. Interphone set, organise refueling. I think you can hear the airflows change as well. How's the airflow, guys? If you're not too quiet, too loud. There you go. So 346, 340... Right, let's call for the air refueler. So again, you press the mirror. Tanker. Load tanker. Hopefully we'll see it now. Ah! There it is! Right in front of you. And ready to connect. So, here it is. Wish me luck disconnecting the autopilot now. Autopilot's off. So I need to sort of get this, I need the speed information here, my aeroplane. Perfect. So I think when you load it in, it goes on your present speed and altitude. So I've got master caution there, what's that for? Autopilot off, that's fine. So again, remember, this is my fuel gauge. I'm trying to get it all into view for you. So fuel gauge is here. There's the aircraft. Oh, I've let go of the stick. Start slowing down a bit. I mean, I don't have the skill to do this. Oh, bit of power off now. I'm flying too high. I'm coming in way too fast. What's the speed? I want to know what the exact speed of a tanker is. Oh, there's my boom. So I'm not refueling yet. I need to be within 80 meters on the moderate difficulty setting. 325, good. Adding some power. Try not to kick the burners in. It's not refueling yet. I'm looking at the gauges yet. I need to be a bit closer. 80 meters. How did these guys do this? Cool add-on there, guys. I'm refueling. Look at the fuel pounds gauge going up. Yes, I know it's cheating a little bit, but I can't do it in the difficult setting. In the most difficult one, you actually have to get the flipping thing in. Oh. Probably like in the airflow of the in the wake turbines. Oh crap! I'm holding rudder, which didn't help. All that matters for this mission is that I'm getting fuel because I'm within 80 meters. I'm trying to be as smooth as possible, but it's so hard. Actually, this would be great to have the PAEI tracker on here. Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness me! Slow down, slow down, slow down. I think the key is not to look at the tanker, isn't it? Right, I'm up to 40,000 pounds of fuel. That's what I had on takeoff. So in DCS, I guess you have to do this as, you know, it's just as hard. I mean, if I had practice there, I mean, I should think that someone in DCS would be had no problem with this, but this is my first ever time attempting flight refueling on any stream. I mean, I'm really struggling here. I just don't want to hit it. Boom! Yeah, it's all good, it's all good. It's all good, guys. It's all good. Why is so hard? There's no point in me looking at chat. If I look at chat, it's game over. Anyway, 45,000 pounds of fuel. Oh, I've got all that. It's still alright to start with. Whoa, speed. I just wanted to have a closer look at the boom, you know, for the details. Oh gosh. Ah, oh, so hard. This is the worst. Ah, oh, if you wish to unsubscribe, I don't blame you, but please don't. I'm almost at 100,000 subscribers. Probably easy in VR. Probably easy if I, maybe if I. Oh gosh. Oh no. Maybe. No, I don't know if that's any. Oh, I don't know if that's any easier. Oh look, there's actual. Oh, cool. It's actually telling you where to go. And, yeah, so to do the most realistic one, you have to get that perfect every time. Yeah, I'm rubbish. Alright, come on. I'm completely lost the plot here. It's actually stopped refueling now. Right. Let's try again. I just need to get... I don't even need £80,000. I need about 70,000 to finish this mission from my test sector. But yeah, I think tutorial flight would be really useful on how to do this. Thanks for the light guidance, guys. But I think the chance of me even seeing those again is pretty slim. Right, anyway. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Come on, Sam. It's somewhere below me. Oh, oh my gosh. I've lost the tanker. There it is. Ah, oh, actually to start I was doing alright. Oh no, don't light the burners. Don't use my TEB shots. Oh, come on, Sam. This is so hard. I hope I've not used a TEB shot there. Oh no, I put the burners in. Damn it. Oh gosh, I've used a few TEB. There we go, I've got 9 each now. I've been firing in the burners each time. I don't know what's happened. There used to be a tone to warn you on my test flights that you're using the burner. I've used loads of TEBs. I need a little bit more fuel here, guys. Oh, gifted members coming in. Thank you very much, Will. That's loads coming in. I can't even see who's been gifted members, but thank you very much, Will. Most generous of you. I've been firing off the burner. I don't know if there's a bug or something, but basically on my test sectors, just before and after you use the burners, you get this tone, which is per the real aircraft. That's not been going off today. Why, I don't know. But I've been using TEB shots. I've only got 9 left. That means I can only activate the afterburner 9 more times on this sector. Ah. There are missions where they were refueled up to 16 times. Yeah, screw that. Look, let's just get up to 60. I just need to get up to about £60,000, and that's fine. But I've got full sort of dry military power here. Yeah, I know. I can't look at chat, guys. Thanks, Will, for your generosity. Most kind. And sorry, I can't say hello to all of you guys. Right, come on. I can't go much more thrust than this, though. Oh, it helps if I'm actually get the aircraft in trim. I wonder what happened to that audio beep. My burners are off. Somewhere over California. Actually, it's going to be quite a good timing because look, we're approaching the Pacific coastline, so I did allow for this much time to refuel. Okay. Still not refueling yet. Need to get within 80 meters. I will have more time for chat once I get a bit more fuel on. Just get me up to £80,000 is maximum. I just need to get up to sort of £60,000. But I've got to be so careful with the thrust levers because I've been using my TEB. Right, take a little bit of thrust off. Right, we're refueling, guys. We're refueling. I'm within the 80 meters. £52,000 and increasing. Dropping away. Still refueling. Well, get me up to £60,000. Ah. Try to stay synchronised with the speed on the tank first, and then adjust the little beam adjusting. The rest is a throttle work. My thing is, my throttle work keeps firing off the burners and using my TEB. Right, I've got £56,000 of fuel now. I did try the realistic function, but it was a disaster. Just need to keep speed. Doesn't help that the SR71 cockpit is awful with that metal beam right across the windscreen. Right, that's £60,000 of fuel now. That should be enough to complete my supersonic mission. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to end the refueling now. So what we're going to do is close this to off. Oh no, hold on, I need to... Right, we've got enough gas. We've got enough gas now, £60,000. So I'm going to back away now. This tanker. Request disconnect. There we are, booms retracted. Unload tanker. Ah! Uh-oh. I need to close my refueling port. Why is that spring-loaded to air refuel? There we are, off. Done. Okay. Whoa, I'm in a massive descent. Okie dokie. Right then. Thanks for your patience there, guys. What's that? God, the aircraft refuels. Don't get the burners in. So easy to do. Right, I've gone to full military drive power. So I just want to get sort of stable back on course. And there's DCS players doing this inverted. No way! Right. So let's get back up to 25,000 feet. Re-engage the autopilot, then we'll talk about the supersonic climb. Well, the supersonic dive, I should call it. You have to do a little dive first. We're just about to cross the coastline, so actually it was perfect timing. Alright. So I think we're just past our course. There's the coastline of the Pacific coming into view. The sun's going to set when we go supersonic, that's for sure. We watch the sun rise and then we're going to see it set again. You cannot teach that. You definitely can. You definitely can. Alright. So going back onto course now. There's 25,000 feet. So what I want to try and do is re-engage the automation. So pitch on, roll on, auto nav on. And then again, I'm just going to adjust this to keep my pitch level. Alright. Okie dokie. So, autopilot's maintaining altitude. I don't know what the flight directors are commanding, but we can ignore them in roll. The sounds are incredible, especially outside. Oh, you wait until I go Mach 3. Well, if I can get there. So we are following the correct supersonic climb schedule for the Blackbird. Okay, it's quite a process. So basically, let me just bring this PDF for you. We did this with the X-Plane version as well. The I can't remember the developer now. Anyway, you're in this transonic acceleration period now. So we're doing Mach 0.9, 364 EAS. Sort of 400 knots indicated, and essentially you go full afterburner, you descend to around 30,000 feet, and then you pitch up, not based off altitude, but when you reach a speed. When you get to 435 knots, you start pitching up, and when you're at 450 knots, you hold it in indicated airspeed, and you climb with full military power, or full afterburner on. So essentially, that's it, and then you climb all the way up. However, you've got to make sure all the vents and things are set for the transonic acceleration phase. So I'm just looking at it now. So once we're 33,000, oh, so hold on, we need to climb to 33,000 feet apparently. So let's go to ES hold, full military dry. Do not want to get my burners on. Oh no, I've used another tab. Alright, well, fine. Oh, it's so hard. I can't tell when I'm in my burner range. Oh well. Right, we're down to 8 shots of tip. Should be okay. Let me just get rid of the PDF. So we'll climb up to 33,000 feet. Can make as much noise as we like now. That's it, V Skylabs. We tried that once, but X-Plane crashed. So we're going to start the transonic acceleration. We're going to be at 33,000 feet in Mach 0.95, which we're already at now regarding the speed. We just need to get up to 33,000 feet. So what I might actually do is go out of this hold and just start pitching up manually. There we go. Fuel flows, we've got £60,000, still lots of fuel for what we want to do today. So I'm just going to pitch up to maintain 0.95 Mach. So happened to my pitch? It's weird, it's jammed. It's working okay. Well, keep an eye on that. My pitch has stopped. Brilliant. Why is my pitch no longer working? I can't change my pitch. It was working fine because I pitched up level, and now we've just pitched up to this as well. Is it because I've got the afterburners in, I wonder? Alright, so as mentioned, 33,000 feet. Once we're there, we'll level off at Mach 0.95 and then we'll start the process. Watch out for the CG. Still within limits here. Yeah, I need to transfer fuel around, don't I? Thanks. I think JLo knows what he's talking about, which is useful. How do I move the CG, move fuel forward? Do I just push forward transfer on? Is that doing anything? Yes, it is. I press forward transfer, so I'm just moving the CG forward. What's the optimal CG? So we're moving fuel around the tanks to keep CG within limits. I might as well go full burner just to get up here, but... yeah, I don't know what's happened to these tones. Let's do it here on the settings. Yeah, look. These are the warning tones on. So I don't know why they're no longer sounding. 22, thank you. Gila, are you just an SR71 expert? Right, you've got an idea of our track here. What's our ground speed? 545 knots? Yeah, to indicate the airspeed's dropping off here. Well, but my pitch trim's stopped working, so I wonder if that's because I've got the burners in. No, my pitch trim's jammed. So how do I... this isn't working. The pitch... oh, there we go. It started... oh, it's doing something now. There we are, it's rotating. I don't know what happened before. I need more thrust now, but I mustn't get the burner in. I hear that clicking, but I'm not sure if that's... no, the burners are off. I'm running out of oomph here. CG's fine now, thank you. 22, yeah, forward transfer off. It's really struggling to get up to 33,000 feet. I've lost loads of speed. Pascal, A330 drive experiment effective airspeed. It takes the compressibility of the air into account. That's why it's lower than indicates airspeed when going to higher Mach. Roger. Welcome, North Texas Railfan Productions. I bet you wish it an A320 now. Yeah, I do. But anyway, look, I've got the pitch working. However, my speed's dropped right off, and I've got full power here. Jamlin, thank you. 69 months, remember afternoon. Should you have the PMDG corporate livery ready for you today? 69 months. Amazing. Well, we'll try that out very soon. Thank you very much for your continued support for that entire period of time. We've also got Diamond something or other. Welcome on board. Thanks for the $5, buddy. Appreciate the support. Thank you.
Captain, would you be able to explain to me what is level CG and when to use level change in 737? By the way, I love watching your streams. I am new to hobby.
Thank you very much. Welcome to my flight simulation. It's a great hobby. My favourite hobby indeed. So level change, similar to what we'll be doing in the Blackbird with the KES hold. It pitches for a speed, and then typically in climb you have M1 with climb thrust set, and it'll pitch for the speed, whatever speed you park. In descent, you'll typically have idle thrust, and again it will still pitch for an indicated airspeed. That's it in a nutshell. Thank you very much for your donation. Most kind, sir. Right, we're nearly there, guys. 33,000 feet. We'll level off using pitch trim, accelerate to 0.95, and then we'll start this dive, it's called. I think the manual calls it Dipsy Doodle. There are two basic ways to get straight and level acceleration at 25,000 feet. or the most commonly used dipsy doodle, the climb and descent method, which is what we're going to do. Perfect. For sustained high Mach cruise speed, you've shifted 25-26%. Roger. Alright, cool. So look, we're almost at 33,000 feet now. So what I'm going to do is start reducing the pitch. I don't know why that jammed earlier. I didn't have the option to pitch it. So I've lowered the nose using the pitch trim wheel here. You can see the IVSI. That's what I'm watching whilst I adjust the pitch. And we're just going to accelerate to 0.95. Okay? So once we're at Mach 0.95, we'll start descending. Maximum afterburner, increase speed to 0.95, then carefully enter a descent to 2,500 to 3,000 feet per minute. Alright, well, we can put the full burner in now. Do you want to count me down for the afterburners? How many subscribers have we got as well? Oh my god, we've got 99,995. I only need 5 more subscribers for 100,000. Who would have thought we reach 100,000 subscribers going Mach 3? 5 more subs. Anyone watching in the background, join. Right, we're ready. Isn't the mic a bit boosted? Oh, everyone's reporting with mic issues today. Hold on. Shouldn't be. I've just turned it down again slightly. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Right, full military power. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Temps down to 7. Full burner. 0.95. Won't take long. 0.93. 0.94. Start descending. So we want 2,500 to 3,000 feet per minute descent rate. Steady. And we're waiting now for an EAS of 435 knots. We've just passed Mach 1, which is why everything's sort of dancing around. So full power. Oh, hold on, am I meant to lock these out? Lock out. These are meant to be locked out. Welcome Z Money. I've got live sub count, but it's not available publicly. The public one lags behind. So still descending. We want 435 knots. That's the magic number. We've got supersonic now, so you can't hear us ahead of the aircraft. But what happens? Watch what happens when you go behind. Bang! We're doing that plenty more times. Oh, now we're accelerating. 423, 424. So start pitching up now. Slowly does it, and we're going to adjust the pitch to maintain 450 knots in the climb, and then we'll go to KEAS hold. So pitching up now. Come on, pitch up, pitch up, pitch up. Nice and smooth. Pitch up a bit more. Don't want to be doing more. Yeah, so see how the KES light's blinking's going too fast? So I need to keep pitching up now. I'm going to take a little bit of thrust off because I'm at maximum pitch. I stopped. Oh, it's jammed again. The pitch wheel's jammed. It's going to take a bit of thrust off it. You can take some thrust off so long as the burner stays in. So I'm just doing that to get back to 450, so I can select KEAS hold, and then I can go back to full power. So we need to get to 450. 450 is the maximum speed, so that's why that's blinking. It's coming back now. Mach 1.35. Live subscriber count 99,997. 3 more subscribers until 100,000. 3 more subs. Alright, here we are. So when we get to below 460, that should stop blinking. It stopped blinking. So as soon as we get to 450, KEAS hold. Auto nav's on following the course. That's good. Alright, here we go. 456. 454. 453. 452. 451. KS holds engaged, full power. So now the aircraft's going to pitch to maintain 450 knots. And the sun that rose over California is going to start setting as we head northbound to Alaska. Awesome. Mach 1.4. So we need to start doing things as we climb. Consider turning off KS hold during transition from dive to climb, which we didn't have to do today. At Mach 1.7, inlet parameters monitor. At all times, but particularly steering and passing Mach 1.7, you must monitor the vital parameters of an inlet control system, which are automated, but if break, can cause serious problems. Oh my goodness, subscriber count 99,000. Oh my god, 99999. Who's going to be my 100? I'm going to show you this, guys. Hold on. Oh my goodness me! Oh, it's going to probably change by the time I bring the page up. Oh, I'm just taking a screenshot on my phone. Hold on. Hey guys, hold on. I've got to show you this. Guys, hold on. Oh wait, why won't it come up? Ah! Guys, look at this. Wait for it. Wait for it. Why is it not coming up? Wait, it's not. Hey, let's go. 100,000 subscribers. Who would have thought the day would come? Oh wow. Oh. Oh, so many people here as well. Amazing. Oh, someone's just unsubscribed. No. Unbelievable. I'll keep that up because probably we'll have some practices here today. Amazing. 100,000 subscribers. We reached it. Whilst flying the Black Square SR71, passing Mach 1.7. Amazing. And you were who was here? We had V Skycheck, Gary Field, Crazy Sarcasm, Aaron Hastings, Romulus. Amazing. Loads of people here. And just before 2026 as well. Just after Christmas. But thank you guys, really, to all of you who have been watching my channel really from the start. Some of you a little more recently, but some of you have been here from the start. 8 years old next month as well. A lot of streams, a lot of work, a lot of fun. And we've done it during an SR71 live stream. Who would have thought? There we are. And a sonic boom to count. Oh, a lot of things coincided here, I know. I didn't think that when I was streaming that I'd be going faster than Mach 1. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I better do some things here. We're really accelerating now. Mach 2.1. Look at the indicated airspeed up here as well. I've got master cautions going off. Oh my goodness me. That's because of the KAS. I need to take some thrust off here, which is, it was normal. You still keep the burner in just to help her pitch up a little less, just to get the speed back below 450 knots. How about one more boom for each subscriber? Brilliant. So I've still got the burner on. There's a little less drag in this supersonic phase. Mach 2.3. So hopefully with that little less thrust I'm taking, still got the burner in at half there, we'll get that speed back to 450 knots. So look, passing Mach 1.6, the automatic inlet system works. So you can see the spikes have increased out, the bypass doors are closing as well. So the automated phase of things are doing everything. I'll keep an eye on it. Brendan, thank you, 32 months member, congrats on 100,000 subscribers. Hope you and family had a wonderful Christmas. Thank you very much. It's been a busy year. What else has happened? I got married. I had a baby. Well, not me, my wife. I reached 100,000 subscribers. And on the old PC. Well done, old PC. We had you all packed away. It was going to be on the new one. Oh dear, we had a few technical issues with the new one. But at least the old PC was here to give us one proper final last hurrah. And probably a few more. Obviously wait for the new one to come back. Ah, there we are. Cheers, Edo. Thank you very much. Congrats. 63 months as a member, and a very good moderator on this channel as well. Thank you for all the support you give me and help. Cheers, buddy. There we are. So back to 450 knots. Start putting a little bit more thrust on. So aft bypass. It says here it talks about on the aft bypass system. Aft bypass doors are used to relieve air pressure buildup inside the engine bypass tubes to minimise drag effects. Starting at Mach 1.7, the program schedule has a tendency to open the forward doors too much, causing drag. Consider moving to BA or close. Well, right now I don't have any drag issues, so I'll leave them in that position there. Oh, I've got gifted members coming in as well. Crazy Sarcasm, thank you very much. 5 gifted members. Incredible. Thank you very much for your support there and generosity. Mach 2.9, 450 knots. Look at our ETA now, 17:38 Zulu. That's 50 minutes. Amazing. Nice, some alcohol camp for 100,000 subs. Well, no one's joking around too much. It's got up to 100,002. I'll have to clip this, guys. We'll have to clip this. Alright, what have I got master caution for? I think that was for the speed exceedance. Mach 3, 67,000 feet. Can we see Jack's downstairs? Camera's not plugged in, so I'd have to quit Streamlabs even if I was to plug the camera in afterwards. Wouldn't work. Amazing, thanks guys. Can't believe it, 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 people have clicked the subscribe button. And that's all organic growth. I've never ever had to, you know, there's ways of getting higher sub counts. It's all organic. Amazing. Pascal, yeah, warning light. Thanks, buddy. That was the master caution for the KEAS exceedance we had earlier. Passing 68,000 feet. ANS navigation's on. Well over the Pacific now. Remember, we had sunrise at the start of the stream. That's why I timed it at this time. And now that's going to start setting. One more sonic boom. Maybe a few more. That is so good. Sounds are fantastic. I love how it's quiet as well in front of the aircraft, as it would be. Oh, there was a warning light below. Thank you, Pascal. Pitot heat. Oh, yes, we can turn that off now. Obviously. It's going so fast. So this is a proper simulation of the supersonic climb phase with the SR71. This isn't an arcade add-on, guys. This is a, you know, this is the real deal. You have to properly do this schedule correctly, otherwise it just will not work. Shame it doesn't have a flyby view, I know. It's like 1800 knots ground speed, that's crazy. But look, Mach 3.2 now and still climbing. It cruised what, between 70 and 80,000 feet? It's just sort of keeping KS hold now. So we'll monitor the CG, it wants to be sort of in the aft position. We're down to 48,000 pounds of fuel. I'm turning the page of my tutorial here. IGV switches I've locked out. Aft bypass, set position B. This increases drag. So do this. We set aft doors open. Don't need to if you're fine with your speed. Exterior lights are off. Pitot heat is off, which I've just done now. 1011 are real world RSO items. 60,000 feet. The rear officer, surveillance officer, will turn off the transponder. Mach 3, aft bypass closed. This is not a strict rule, but your decision. It gives you less drag, so it's all flying really nice, so I'm not going to do it. Mach 3.05, again, consider closing aft bypass. Oh, you must always close the aft bypass doors above Mach 3.05. Okay. Okay, let's hope that doesn't screw anything up. There you go, it sort of had to level off now to maintain 450 knots, that's fine. 70,000 feet. Not quite at full power. Out of selected position. I guess it takes some time to move. Comp inlet temp rising. Ronald, could you point that out for me, buddy? Sorry, I'm missing a lot of people who are commenting here. 0.001% of the world is subscribed to you now. That's stats. Jason, I think we need a special commemorative. I was there, 100,000 subscribers. You can't teach it much. Swords, well done, Captain. Thanks, Jason. M3 Tally, congrats on 100,000 subs. One of the few YouTubers that are not biased. Well done. Thank you, buddy. Steve, 100,000 people pressing the subscribe button. Anyone would think you're worth it. Well done, buddy. As I said earlier, it's nice to see you've made it on the old PC before it's replaced. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Ronald. So, comp inlet temp rising next to the drag chute. Okay, so how do I control the compressor inlet temperature? And I guess the red line's the limit. Mach 3.3. We are shifting here. Will you announce your 100,000 special at the end of keeping it for a future? Yeah, so there will be a charity stream as per since 50,000 subscribers passing every 10,000. I'll do that end of January because it will take some time to organise, but more information on that coming soon. Can't teach it, badges all round. Yeah, you can't teach it. Badge. L-graphic, it's fine at this speed. Yeah, it seems to have stabilised at around 420 degrees. I should have asked the Black Square devs to come in, but so far so good. I haven't killed us yet, and I'd had a few more engine failures by then. And remember, the afterburner stays in the whole time here. I haven't got full power here, by the way. It's slightly less than full afterburner, which is fine. Just notice it's slightly drifting off track. But something that it mentioned in the beta build is if it turns at this speed, you get an excessive rate of climb. So I'm sort of just going to monitor that. It is on the oh no, it's auto nav is on, so it should be following the planned routing. Wow, 100,000 subs. It's still hanging around the 100,000. I've still got the page up. Look, that's the live feed, so you guys don't have access to that. And people who are sort of watching those websites where you can see the sub count, it sort of lags about 24 hours behind. But this, the content creators get an absolute updated live subscriber feed to the nearest subscriber. So that's at 100,002, and it's been steady since. I have to get some I can't teach you books. Awesome. Right, so that's it. It's pretty much, once it's in this phase, you know, the navigator in the back, or the RSO, he's doing his work, taking photos of Soviet missile sites or whatever this aircraft was designed to do. I don't think it actually ever flew over the USSR, did it? But that was the plan for it to do so. But that's what he'd be doing now. And I'm already looking at descent profile for later on. So high-speed cruise, typically cruise speed is Mach 3 or higher for maximum fuel efficiency. However, the art of being an SR71 pilot is largely that of managing the inlet system to prevent unstarts and managing the aft bypass doors and the throttles to achieve the best fuel efficiency. You should definitely read Colonel Graham's book on how to fly the SR71. This is from the manual, by the way. In the real world, the SR71 autopilot didn't have altitude capture feature. This meant the pilot had to constantly manage the pitch wheel to maintain altitude. That being said, we as sim pilots aren't getting paid 70,000 a year to pilot these things, so we have the de facto altitude hold. With the pitch hold, you can adjust to reach 0. So I think if you reach a certain point, it'll just go 0. You're free to grab a sandwich and get a drink, but generally the aircraft will be fine at this phase of flight. Keep an eye on the cockpit instruments as the ANS flies the flight plan, occasionally laugh at subsonic tube gliders trundling along 50,000 feet below at a quarter of your speed. Amazing. Is it modelling pressurisation? I believe so. So you've got the option for 2 pressurisation modes. You've got 10,000 feet, which I think is what it's set to, which is why you wore a pressure suit, and 26,000 feet. And I think if you go here, there you go, you can see the cabin pressure altitude is actually slightly below. Look, it's about 8,000 feet there. So that is modelled. I have to frame that 100,000 counter screenshot alongside the YouTube plaque. I will. Oh, we got another subscriber. Not all subscribers ping up during streams because it's only if they've got their profile set to public. If you've got a private profile, it won't pop up. XYZ has subscribed. So thank you, whoever that was, subscribing in the background. Look at our ETA now, 17:32. That's only half an hour from now. But obviously we're going to have to slow down. I think the plan is when we get to the coastline, Delta 0004, which is about 300 miles away, we'll start going to subsonic speeds. So this is Eielson, I think it's pronounced, Fairbanks, major US military base in Alaska, where the SR71 was based. We've got live weather here, so let's actually see what the weather's doing. Scattered at 700, minus 35. Wow, that will cool the fuselage down. My goodness, that's cold. Cold temperature correction isn't modelled with the with Microsoft Flight Simulator, I believe. So look, we'll come straight in with that wind. If all goes well, I pre-selected this to come straight in off runway 32 with that track. And you can tune the ILS. The autopilot can't follow an ILS, but it can provide localizer and glide slope deviation signals. But yeah, look, the fuel was fine. We're refueled, 44,000 pounds to go, and we'll be starting our descent in about 20 minutes. Oh, Pascal, you're joking? How long has cold temperature been modelled in Microsoft Flight Simulator? I didn't realise that. Last time I checked, it definitely wasn't. That's good to know. Alright, we need to make some cold temperature corrections. Minus 35 at 500 feet. It's going to be a big difference, actually. If you're on live weather, we are on live weather, so we should have it modelled. There we are. Oh, look at that! That sun rose at the start of the stream, and it's going to. I hope I haven't left too early. It's going to be dark by the time we get to Fairbanks. This could outrun the sun like Concorde. One more sonic boom. Amazing. The audios are fantastic. So the temperatures all look stable. Spikes almost in the full aft position. I think you can actually see that. Yeah, you see how the spikes retracted into the engine. I'm not going to pretend to know how it works, but essentially, like every conventional jet engine, it needs to receive subsonic airflow for it to work. So these spikes and doors move to ensure that's always the case. What a beast. Anyway, guys, yeah, we'll have to do a 100,000 sub thanks stream. I'm just looking at my roster. I'm flying tomorrow, first flight in a while actually. I didn't fly last weekend because I was my ears were completely blocked, so I've shifted that cold. So flying tomorrow. I have a standby on Monday, so I could do something then. And then, yeah, my new PC, for those of you who aren't aware, I did order a brand new PC, which arrived last Monday. Plugged it all in, powered up fine, just had a little play around with it, installed Microsoft Flight Simulator, went to work, got back from work, and it just wouldn't boot. Now, my motherboard has error codes on it, came up with an error code of 31, looked that up online, and it said something to do with the RAM, or potentially a CPU issue. Now, credit to Chill Blast, who built my PC, contacted them the next day. Within 24 hours, they sent me 2 brand new RAM sticks to swap out, which I did, but it's the same error code. So it's just bad timing with it being Christmas, New Year period. What happened there? Whoa! I think that was noise off my joystick. Oh, I hope that hasn't caused any issues. That was noise on my joystick there from the thrust loops went to idle. That would not do the engine any good at all. There goes another tab, yeah, down to 6. Oh, look at how it's having to descend because it lost all that thrust, but... Oh, come on. Should start pitching soon up to get to 450. So yeah, credit to Chill Blast, who very kindly built my PC, and I'm hoping to promote in the future. They sent out the RAM sticks, put them in. But it seems that this error code is it could be anything from the RAM issue, something on the motherboard likely, or something to do with the CPU. PC arrived, what did work out of the box, strangely enough, but you know, things in transit can get loose. They did want me to go through some stuff if I was comfortable with undoing the CPU. I was like, no way, have the PC back. So they're collecting it on Monday to rectify, and hopefully it'll be back in the new year as soon as possible, working nicely. They sent you 2 new RAM sticks in this economy. I know, the same ones, and they're worth about what, £600-700 each. Just sent them first class, so I've got 4 sticks of RAM, but they did ask if I could send them all back. So yeah, it's a shame, but thankfully I didn't wipe anything off my old PC, so I just unboxed my old PC again, plugged it in, and we carry on. Doesn't affect the channel at all, really. But yeah, it would have been nice to have had my 5090. Oh look, there's the coastline of British Columbia, just off to the right side there. So how long have we been airborne now? An hour and 34 minutes? Was it about 3:30, wasn't it? We got airborne. Oh no, hour and 30 minutes ago we started the stream. We've been airborne for about an hour, or 45 minutes. Anyway, I seem to have gotten away with that little noise issue for my joysticks. My joystick's also got a little thrust lever, so that's not in the correct position right now. I've got a master caution for fuel quantity low. I guess that's from one of the tanks, seeing that fuel total is fine, £41,000. I'm hoping this is moving the fuel around. Yeah, tank 4 is nearly empty. Do I turn that off, or will that... I pushed the pump release button, just stop using fuel from tank 4. I'm hoping that fixed the issue. I thought it was quite automated, the fuel in this. We'll soon find out. Guys, we're soon approaching our descent point, and I've noticed it has gone off course here slightly. So, do I dare disconnect the autopilot and start a really gentle turn? So what I'm going to do is just turn off the roll channel. It's still holding the pitch. I'm just going to put a very gentle left turn in. Very gentle. There we are, just to get back on course. I think it's, yeah, if you don't go over a certain amount, it will roll the wings level. So I'm just putting a little left turn in. I don't think you'd ever disconnect one channel and leave another one in, but I do need to make a little left turn here. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I need to fly left quite a bit here. Yeah, it's going back. Why is it wanting to go over there? I think if I go heading hold... Heading hold is on. Whoa, steady, 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 steady. I can't rotate the heading bug. It's got heading hold. Oh no, I can't turn that on. The switch is jammed. Auto nav on. Oh, oh! Where's it going? Where's it going? Ah, no, 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 don't do that. Ah! Whoosh. Behave. Oh my goodness me. So this is one of the things that's mentioned in the beta build with turns at Mach 3. It starts climbing aggressively. But I'm trying to get back on course without... I just want to do a really gentle turn. Good news is that I can monitor my track, and actually if we pass this waypoint we are going to intercept our course again. Anyway, what else did I want to tell you guys? Oh yes, only members know this. Alpaca Airways, ladies and gentlemen, is now an official airline on VATSIM. Officially recognised. Let me find you the list. Virtual Airlines. How do I find the list? Can't find it. So much to celebrate, I know. Oh, we're not being updated on this list. I'm trying to find the official list now. How do I bring up the list on VATSIM? VATSIM Sport, VATSIM Airline, Virtual Airline list. Just try and research VATSIM Virtual Airlines. Oh, that's the partner policy. I can't find it. One of the mods hopefully will. Who did we have to bribe for that? Someone about it. No, I don't know. Just applied and it got accepted. Overping my potato laptop is so bad I can't even run USCAR at the same time as Explode. Uh oh. Sorry, how are you feeling now? I'm elated. I'm at 100,000 subscribers. Got married. Got a baby. Going flying tomorrow. New PC on the way. Well, sort of half on the way. It's already here, but on the way again soon. Very exciting times. Oh gosh, the sun's going to set. I don't make it a nighttime approach. I left too early. Should have delayed the stream by 30 minutes. Too fast. Blackbird, you're too fast. Anyway, we need to start our descent very soon. It's sort of half cheat as well. Don't forget I've got this sort of old school GPS in the background. There we go. Just for backup. Oh, Alpaca Airlines. No, don't go to Alpaca Airlines. That's a foddy copy. Someone's made a foddy copy of my VA. Or our VA, I should say. It's Alpaca Airways. There we are. Anyway, Mach 3.3, still 70,000 feet, 450 knots. Happy days. Right, got the descent checks to come up very soon. 1,904 knots ground speed. Thanks, Serene. Yes, 100,000 subscribers we reached about 20 minutes ago. What a number. 8 years that took. Bonkers. But a massive shout out to 330 driver. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have got that prior to the new year. He very kindly tagged me, and he has a huge channel now, grown massively, so a lot of his subscribers weren't even aware that mine existed. And he very kindly shared the fact that I was reaching 100,000 and see if we could push him over. And I, welcome around 300 or 400 new subs in about a week, which pushed me to that number. So I was on around 99,500-600 before he said that. It was great. Cheers, Bearded Aviator. Thank you very much. SKH said, remember that the Air Force shot down a test drone from 75,000 feet, Mach 3 with a variant of this thing. No way. Yeah, apply for the silver play button. I don't know how any of that works. I'll look into it. Oh, look at the sun setting here. In fact, I think on the ground here, it's probably dark. The sun's actually just about to set. How did these guys navigate with the Soviet Union with a Garmin 430? No, they used this. They used the stars, didn't they? Sunrise is 1952 Zulu at Fairbanks. So you should 1952. No, it's got to be sooner than that. It's 17:12 now. It's not another 2.5 hours. We're not that far from Fairbanks, and it's still sunny. I mean, I suppose I am at 80,000 feet. Scotty T, have you decided what long haul route you'll do to celebrate the 100,000? Well, typically every 10,000 subs it's a charity stream. It's not necessarily long haul. I was thinking of doing some sort of endurance test, so flying some sort of autopilot aircraft without an autopilot built in the 30s over a large body of water. So I've got no choice but to not have a break for 8 hours. So I think that would be more fun. But we'll do more long hauls. We'll do a stream once the new PC arrives with the 5090 to test things out. I mean, if you're curious right now, Sim Update 4 in the SR71, I'm capped at 60 and I'm getting 60 FPS. Well, I thought I was capped at 60, but I'm getting really good performance here right now. Alright, hold on, I want to check out where the sunrise is at Fairbanks. This could be a nighttime approach. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to start descending soon as well. Fairbanks, Alaska, sunrise time. 10:58 local. Oh yeah, you might be right. 1958 Zulu. Oh no. But hopefully, because we're so far north, it's not going to be far above the horizon. It'll still be, there'll be some light. But look, 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 can you see the... Oh, well done Microsoft and the Sobo, look. Here comes the darkness of night. Look at the curvature of the Earth as well up here. Looks amazing. Oh no, we're going to get some lighting in here. That's the Earth's shadow. Alright guys, so a little bit off course, but we're going to start our descent now. Actually no, we're going to wait a little bit longer. Actually, sorry, no. We've got 298 plus 224. We're still 500 miles away. It will be dark. How long would it take to travel this convention? I'm not sure. Guys, how's the volumes? Am I too loud? Is the sim too loud? Can you hear me clearly? I didn't hear the subscriber pin come up, but thank you, Eduardo. Grillo there. I'll just turn it down ever so slightly. There we go. Amazing. 100,005 subscribers. 5 for me, 5 for you also. Thanks, guys. Oh, look at the sun setting here. I've gone the wrong way. Should have gone from Fairbanks to where we started. Oh, it's going to be dark. Oh, look, there is Alaska. Or is that cloud? No, that's a bit of... Oh, no, that is Alaska. There's the snow. Look at the reflection of all the instruments here as well. Hello, Mr. Avocado Man. I worked the radar on this thing back in the 60s in Call of Duty Black Ops. I thought you were going to be an ex-officer flying this aircraft. Oh, look! Our route's going to come back in now. Because we've just passed the beam that's waypoint. But right now it's on sort of heading hold. I don't know what I've done with the autopilot. Pitch is fine. Pitch control's good. I wish... No, actually fuel's fine. £35,000. We refueled to around 60,000. Still got that fuel quantity low for tank 4. CG's actually... Hold on, isn't that meant to be further back for supersonic flight? Oh, gosh. It's going to be... Oh, it's going to be a nighttime approach here. Oh, no. I could divert. No, I think we'll stick with the plan. What a machine. Alright, course is coming back in. I think when I'm back on course, once the HSI sort of lined up, I'll try go back into... what's the nav? It's on! Oh no, my roll mode's not on, that's right. We'll keep an eye on it. It's not glowing red. What's the temperature? It's hot. 400. Inlet temperature's 420, 430. Or CGT, quite cool actually. 630. At least the weather's... Oh no, it was scattered at 700, wasn't it? So I think what we'll do is... Let's have a look at the charts. God, it's all high terrain as well. Alright, we'll make sure we don't go below 20,000 feet to start. We've got 18.6. 12.3. I don't want to descend too early. I don't mind descending a bit late and overshooting the airfield somewhat. Fly Simmer, hey Captain, what's your verdict on this add-on? It's mega. Really nice. It's a really detailed add-on. I'm not a military aircraft expert or SR71 expert, but the amount of work that Blackbird Simulations put into this is phenomenal. Alright, we're about to cross this course here, so I'll try the roll mode again. Still showing flight left of track, but that's coming back in. There you go. Clearly using a fisheye lens, yes, on the little flat Earth. Like 3.3. What's with all these reflections? I tried turning these off in the tablet, but it doesn't work. They're really annoying. God, there's Alaska, look. It's dark. Oh, look at that. How much fuel are we burning? Each engine, £16,000 an hour. So I'll be out of fuel in about an hour. Here comes the noise complaints. Yeah, we'll make sure before we cross the... Ah, actually, no, screw it. That's only Alaskans. SKH System said, in engineering school, I spent half of my advanced fluid mechanics class just going through how the J58 nozzle inlet design works. Super cool machine. Yeah, way ahead of its time. Way ahead. Right, here comes our course. Sort of half check there, look. No, it's cheating in a way, but... should see that HSI, which is slaves to the GPS, come in. This is slightly this isn't quite accurate enough. Makes Concorde look fuel efficient. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that 4. I need some cockpit lighting on in here. Let's make sure I turn on the cockpit lighting and not some sort of edged inlet valve. I think it's over here, isn't it? Ooh, what does that do? It's like a red line. I don't even know what that does. Where is the cockpit lighting? Oh, here we go, flood lighting. There we go. Oh gosh, went straight through the course there. Ah! Crikey. Okay, let's try a roll. Why is it turning left forward? No. Right. Auto nav on. So it should be turning right. No, it's just not working. It's not following the lateral course. Everything's good. Heading hold. Whoa! Look, yeah. If I click that and the switch doesn't, it goes off. Oh no! It's going to start climbing rapidly now. Right. Hold on. Let's just try. Turn on roll, and I can use the little wheel here to roll the aeroplane. No, don't go that way. I'm trying to roll the aeroplane. So auto nav off, roll. So I'm turning the wheel. There we go. Look, I can use this to turn. But look how the climb and descend changes when we're trying to turn. Whoa! Turn right. So I'm using the autopilot roll wheel here to get back on course. It's going to be far better. Fuel warning light, yeah, for tank 4. It's okay. You imagine the radius. Probably take around 400 miles to do a full circle. But this is doing a far better job than I would at this sort of speed. God, look at the IVSI change. Is the HSI moving? Yeah, very slowly. Alright guys, we need to start descending. We're just about to cross the coastline at Mach 3. 300 miles to run. Alright, let's try and use this to get wings level now. Oh, I wish it had a point where you can centre it easily. Oh, it's really sensitive. Come on. Oh, come on, I can't get the middle position. Maybe if I just turn... I've turned roll off, so hopefully it'll hold wings level. We're sort of going in the right direction, that'll be fine for me to say. Right, we need to slow down. Ah! Gonna go flying past Fairbanks. Right. Oh, Greg Scott, yeah, you missed the party half an hour ago. Right, decel and descent. Airside distance on HSI. Yes, we've got that on. This is how distance go, 290 miles. IGV switches lockout checked. We're in the lockout position, which is down here. Lockout. Next page. Nitrogen quantity check. Sufficient. Inlets auto and close. Checked. Descent. 720 degrees EG to military. Carefully retard throttles out of afterburner to full military power. This is really your call here. Don't chop power. And bleed the speed to 350 knots. Okay, so here we go. Out of the burner. There we are. So I'm going to go to pitch hold now as well. So that's off. Otherwise it's going to start descending. And I'm just going to adjust the pitch to maintain 350 knots. That's the burners off. We've still got a sonic... Oh wow, what's that? Light coming out of here. I don't know what that is. 200, we're just going... Last I checked it was 290 miles, it's now 250. I don't mind a gentle descent, but we need to get back to 350 knots. Slow down to 365, engage speed hold. You must manage the vertical speed with pitch trim wheel to be sure not to descend too fast or slow. Engine flame ups are incredibly possible during the decel, and it will greatly increase if you deviate from the standard best speed. Air restarts are possible, but not if you're successful at high back numbers. Great. Sure, throttle RPM doesn't drop below 6,900. Okay, well it's bang on 7,000 now, which is full military drive power essentially. Okay, Mach 2.9. Ah, the glow from the cockpit lights. No, well ahead of that. If I can, I just want to get a little roll to the right going, so I'm just going to go heading hold, roll on, just do a little turn to the right, just get back on course. Okay, that's good. Wings level now. Steady. 350 knots coming up. And then we'll use the pitch to maintain 350. Things pretty fast, I know. We've only got 200 miles to run now. If I have to fly over the top of the airfield, I will. Oh yeah, I need to make sure I tune the ILS as well. ILS frequency. Oh, there's a TACAN as well. I don't even know how to tune a TACAN. 98 X-ray apparently. Anyway, we'll tune the ILS frequency 1099. Okay, that's for later. Thanks, Evergreen. I know it's notoriously difficult to land. 195 miles to run. I'm going to struggle. Track's good. Sort of paralleling it, but it's going to come back, guys. $180 miles. Still doing Mach 2.6. Just took a little bit of power off, but not below 6,900 it said. Okay. Need that 350 knots. It's not slowing down at all. Level flight 369, and I've got 7,000 RPM. I need this dropping to 350. It's getting there, but very slowly. Oh, it says 365, 350 minimum. Okay, so now I'm going to start pitching down. So if I go hold KS hold, it's going to start pitching down to maintain 350 knots now. Or 360 or whatever it was. There we go. Perfect. Can you add drag? Not really. Well, no, not at all. There's no speed brakes. There we are. Okay, tank pressure monitor, fuel tanks, throttle 6,900, Mach 2.5, which you pass, 60,000 feet, turn on your transponder, Mach 1.74, transfer on and pitot heat on. Okay, there we are. And we're getting into thicker air now, as we just descend past 67,000 feet. 150 miles to run. I think we're going to overshoot. But you've got to be careful with this. You can't abuse the engines or just close the thrust levers. You could try to activate the parachute. Yeah. I'm going to land this thing yet. Wow. I'm going to land at night. Still got sonic booms going off. Oh gosh, the lighting's all down as well. What else can we turn on? Console lights. Yeah. Instrument lights. Okay. It's a bit better. Don't want to be too bright, because look at all the lights reflecting on the glass. Mach 2.3, 60,000 feet, 128 miles to run. Yeah, we're way too high and fast for this distance, 127 miles. I think that's Fairbanks in the distance here. I don't want to take any huge amount of thrust off. There you go, that's a better range. That's so cool. This is based off the original navigation system. 4,000 feet per minute is a good rate of descent to the thicker air. Mach 2.2. We're just about to go below the speed Concorde cruised at and the height. Yeah, I'm going to need more track miles. 111 miles. Well, it's alright, we'll fly over Fairbanks. So that was the plan. Only Mach 2.3. See, the temperatures have dropped right off, look. And we're around 420, so this is the inlet temperature. Spikes are retracting or extending back out of the inlet, and these forward bypass doors are moving to the open position. 550 knots indicated. I'm only doing 2,000 feet per minute. So yeah, we're going to go flying past 98 miles to run. Oh well. Okay, getting a bit more drag now. Fine, look at that. Look at the rate of descent needed to achieve this speed. 350 knots, Mach 2. 6,000 feet per minute rate of descent now. Zoom in a bit on my track. What's the fuel situation? Oh, plenty. 30,000 pounds. Holding pattern perhaps. Yeah, standard hold. Oh yeah, we're in outlet doors. I think you're right. Where's that in the checklist? It doesn't mention it at all. But yeah, surely they need to be opened. I'm going to move it from one notch at a time. Let's go to A. I'll do it nice and slowly. Alright, 74 miles to run. Mach 1.8. That did something. You could hear like engine sound changes. Let's go to B. Oh no! Excuse me, guys. Mach master caution. Fuel quantity low, we know about. Mag 1.7, 50,000 feet, 60 miles. We should be ideally at 18,000 feet now, doing about 500 knots. See how far off we were. Well, there's going to be Fairbanks. There's an airfield over there. I think that could be it here. So what I'm going to start doing... Oh, yeah, the beacon. That's got some extra drag. Don't sure you'll end up in Russia. Look, we'll do a little orbit. Alright, if I can get the autopilot to work. So what we're going to do is turn on the roll input and bank around, and we'll do a little orbit 50 miles away, or some S-turns. That might help bleed the speed off as well. No, don't start climbing. Yeah, I think that could be it here. Thankfully, the weather is beautiful. Just having a look here. Minus, it says scattered at 708 statute miles. I might need an ILS. Doesn't certainly look like that. I definitely have live weather on, don't I? Yeah, look, live. Oh, thank you. It seems to have come on live now. Yeah, so it's an IMC. Oh yeah, my speed's dropped off now as I do my S turn. Mach 1.5. Let's just change the zoom level here. Uh-oh. Can't see my... Damn it. There we are, look. So 40 miles to run. And again, we're just going to... I'll probably just keep going right, I think. I'm still at 50,000 feet. I need to lose a lot more height. Oh, the light could be refuel guide. Yeah, you're right. I think you might be right. Can't see what actually turned that on. Okay. Fuel CG. Oh, uh-oh. Am I going too fast? Just not happy about that. So I think, oh look, that's why there's a tank that's empty. Right, I'm exceeding, or oh, am I going too slow? I think I'm going too slow. $290 knots. Yeah, I think I'm going too slow, guys. I'm meant to be doing... Yeah, don't go below 350. I'm going too slow. 280. Uh-oh. Don't stall. Turn off this now and lower the nose. Pitch. Oh, it did say the autopilot in the beta isn't very good at maintaining descent with the autopilot in 2... I've got to disconnect the autopilot. I'm about to stall. I'm meant to be doing 360 knots or greater. But I've got to also descend and keep... No, don't climb! Right, I think I'm going to have to just... My controls for a second, guys. Hey? My controls. I need to get back to 360 knots. Keep the turn going and lower the nose. So the autopilot in the beta, it does say it cannot manage turns, or it climbs in turns as well. So I'm lowering the nose to get a descent going and get my EAS back up to 350 knots or greater, whilst continuing this turn and descending. The master caution, I think, against for the fuel quantity. So I'm manual flight now. There we are. I feel like Chuck Yeager. Oh, my burners. Teflon. I don't want the burners in. I don't know what happened to those audio beeps. I think that was my instant sort of reaction to getting a bit low on speed. Right, I need to really get this nose down now. So you'll see the distance is now increasing. That's good. 52. We're still at 47,000 feet. 53. Keep the turn going round until we're inbound Fairbanks. Oh yes, I reached 100,000 subscribers, Joe. Sorry? Oh, you've been watching. Are you happy? I know, is the baby happy? I know. Hello. Alright. I'll be done soon. Sorry? No, they can hear you. See you later. Right, that was my wife saying well done. I'm getting 100,000 subscribers. You can get over Fairbanks and eject. I could do. Anyway, look, I wasn't flying there. You can, yeah, I'm not ejecting. So slightly screwed up my descent planning. We're going to descend into IMC with clearly a lot of high terrain around. Wonderful. I'm trying to get my speed as well under control. So again, I'm just lowering the nose. I remember I'm hand flying now. We can hear mumble mumble. Right, EAS is recovering. And the speed's good. Alright, so let's now get EAS 350 knots. I could have stalled there. Anyway, let's have a look. I don't have any sort of up-to-date charts. I've got so the MSA or Gridmore 12.3. So, you know, 15,000. If it really goes badly, we'll make sure we don't go any lower than that. But otherwise, I'm going to have to utilise the sort of inbuilt navigation systems we have. So I think I'm going to have to hand fly. That autopilot was not happy. Master caution again. What's this for? Fuel quantity probe heat on. That's fine. Okay. Almost subsonic. Bye bye sonic booms. High terrain IMC. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. I can get the ILS to work at least as well. So now we're going to be Boeing inbound. That little 360 was quite worth it. So 70 miles to run at 38,000 feet. So again, we're still quite high, but at this rate of descent, that should come back quite nicely. 350 knots is achieved. So now I can, and now I'm subsonic nearly. I can start sort of reducing thrust a little lower. God, I've got this that view there for the approach. So the runway just comes into view in that side bit. So we're going to HSI as well, which is going to guide us in. If I can change the zoom again. Ah! Takes a while, I think, to update. Mach 1.13, keep descending. Bit more thrust off. Okay, so the HSI will guide me in. 60 miles to run, 612. Yeah, I'm still really high. I'm just going to jam that nose down a bit. Let's get a higher rate of descent here. Oh, it's gotten horrible cloudy here. Alright, we're just passing Mach 1. I can see the sort of airspeed indicator now. Altimeter sort of jumping around. And the IVSI. HSI is what I'm following. 350 knots, we're now subsonic. So I've sort of a lot more flexibility on speed now. I can drop the gear as well. So HSI is what I need. I'm going to actually turn on now ILS. Actually, no, I want ANS still because it's guiding me in. I have to do ILS quite last minute. Okay, keep descending, keep descending, keep descending. Bit more thrust off. Next cross the pond option, yeah, possibly. I mean, this flight we've done today would take 4 hours in a conventional aircraft in a 7.3, and we've been streaming for 2 hours 11. Bear in mind the aircraft needed to be set up in that time. Okay. So 25,000 feet, 370 knots. I could drop the gear once I'm below 300. 4, 8, 12, still very high, but this rate of descent's good. Oh, look at the high terrain amount. Oh, there is. Oh my gosh, in the gap. I think. Oh no, that's just runway. Is that runway or a road? I'm not sure. Oh look, HSI is coming in. That's great. It's almost straight in on the runway, so I can follow that. 20,000 feet. I have no other way of getting down here, so I'm going to go all the way down. I'm almost within 20 miles. So once I'm in 25 miles, MSA to the south is 5,000. So I'm completely manual now, using the HSI to keep me on track. And this will put me slightly right of the localizer. Plenty of fuel, £26,000. I did not see myself doing a nighttime IMC approach and SR71. So really, guys, there's no flaps on this. Reduce speed below 300 knots to drop the gear, and the final approach is 200 knots. That's about it. MSA 5,000 feet now, as we're almost in 25 miles. So we'll level off at 5,000 feet, then reduce the speed, and then we'll step down when we're closer. Cheers, Josiah. Thanks. 100,000 subs anymore. Info you have on the charity stream, as always. Thanks. Great content here for another. It will all be released. I've already decided the charity regarding the content. The flight, haven't yet decided exactly, but I know what charity I'll be supporting. Anti-collision light on. Landing lights on. Oh gosh, what else am I meant to be doing? Inlet guide vanes in a normal position. I've got to level off at 5,000 feet. We're just within 25 miles. That is the MSA in this sector. Oh my gosh, I do not want to hit a mountain after all this. Now, this is proper instrument flying now. I'm using an artificial horizon and HSI. There's a road. Surely the road will take me in. Right, CG's check wind limits, forward transfer off. CG between 17 and 22%. It's just below that. Do I need to forward transfer again? 8,000 feet, sec unit. Oh no, I haven't even done any cold temperature corrections. Yeah, the cockpit reflections are cool, but a little distracting. Oh gosh. Right, terrain, mountains, and IMC. Alright, 7,000 feet. 5,000 feet safe now. I'm within 25 miles, so we're going to get ready to level off at 5,000 feet. Oh my god, I did not expect having to do that. So start pitching up. I cannot believe I'm in IMC. Right, I'm sort of ignoring the H, so I'm going to turn on the ILS. Oh no, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? ILS, come on. Hopefully it'll come up. I need to level off at 5,000 feet, keep the thrust low, because I need to slow down to 250 knots. Drop the gear. So 5,000 feet, course is 320. Oh, wrong way. Leveling off at 5,000 feet. Course 320. Oh, I've got HSI. It's alive. Localizer alive. Yes. Caution. What's wrong now? Oh yeah. Surface release pull. Right, localizer alive. Overshot it. Whoa, don't go below 5,000. I don't know. I mean, I'm on the localizer, so it should be safe. Don't forget to ident your localizer. I'm still doing 300 knots. I need to start reducing speed quickly. I've got no glides. Oh, runway in sight! Ah! I'm blackbirding. Alrighty. Okay. So I'm on the localizer. I've got glide slope deviations as well. So 250 knots, 5,000 feet. We'll capture at 5,000. I've got no cold temperature corrections completed. This is incredibly dangerous. Boga, no. Oh, I've got the wrong way in that tiny view. Inlet guide vane lights, those are the little yellow lights, that's normal. And I think that's the glide slope just gone below me. Can't see the PAEI. Yeah, I've just passed the glide slope. Let's drop the gear actually. Below 300, it's safe. Not ideal at this speed, but I've just shot through the glide slope. I need to just get this view right. It's really tricky. I've got 1 green light, 2 green light, 3 green lights. Okay, speed's coming back nicely. Let's just save that view. Okay. So set about 2,000 feet per minute. That's a really unsafe rate of descent. Oh, what the respect to these guys that flew this aeroplane. I'm getting high now. Let's get this trimmed out. For 200. Okay. Just turn the volume up. We've got the drag chute ready. Get back on that localizer. Right, glide slope's coming in. So the glide slope indication is this HSI bar. Look, follow that and I'll stay on glide slope. So I'm going to pitch up. There we are. So add some thrust to maintain 200 knots. Not that much. I'm in a Blackbird SAM. On a 7.3. So vertical's good. Just going to bring the localizer back in now. Recording, you won't see it. I won't do a recording today. Follow the vertical path. 220 knots, a bit fast. Okay, localizer's coming in. Vertical path's coming in. Follow the flight directors. I haven't got time to get the recorder going, guys. I'm hand flying an SR71 at night in almost IMC conditions. Flight directors will pitch up. Add some thrust to maintain 200 knots. Okay. Looking good. Back on localizer. What's the wind? Wasn't it calm? I have to say the sim looks amazing. Speed about 220 knots, going about 20 knots too fast. Oh, don't get high, it's 3 whites. Back on path. Add a bit of thrust. Okay, vertical's good, on speed, about 10 knots too fast. Keep ascending. 3 whites, just a really small correction. Here comes the glide path. 2 reds, 2 whites. Clear land. This is the right airport, isn't it? Alright, here we go. Alright, going to idle. Where's my lights? There they are. Come on. Oh gosh, float city. Come on. Come on. Oh, we're down. Right, drag shoots out. Look at the deceleration of the drag. This is no brakes, by the way. 150, 100. There's the drag chute. Oh god, I don't think it's that effective in real life, is it? Jettison. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fairbanks with a drag chute which has magical properties. What up to my landing light? I thought I turned that on. Oh, obviously not. There we go. There we are. We've just completed. How long was that journey? 1,600 nautical miles? Amazing. Very nice add-on. Didn't know it would be night time. It's too fast, this aircraft. I've completely beat the sun. Yeah, I think the chute's got a little bit too much drag. Right, we'll take the next right here. It's just stock scenery here, guys. But $35 now in early access, guys. $50 on release. If you want a real challenge, this is a fantastic add-on to put you out of your comfort zone. As you can see today, it did with me. That was awesome. Alright, vacating the runway then. Before landing, checks could after landing, shoot, deploy, steering engage, brakes check, jettison shoots at 55 knots, and there's no taxi inflow per se. So, all I could do really is turn on my taxi-in music and go from there. Oh dear. 100,000 subscribers though. Mega. I'm just parking in front of this hangar here, guys. Oh, nice jazz taxi-in music. Awesome. We've been Mach 3 today. There we go. We'll bring it to a stop there. Right, parking brake set. I think we're good. Oh no, not quite. There we are. Should be parking brake set now. So, I mean, let me just have a quick look at the checklist. I mean, is there a taxi inflow for the other tutorial? No, there isn't. I think you landed, it just says that's it. So I'll sort of work backwards, really. Landing light can come off. As we're on stand. There's no APU. It just stays on battery prior to the engine start. So all I'm going to do is shut the engines down, essentially. We'll talk to the SSO, get some chocks on here. So ready to connect. Oh no, that's the tanker. Ground services. Place chocks. There we are. Canopy is sealed, so we need to unseal the canopy. There we are. I can open it now, technically. That's the cool thing to do when you taxi in. And there's no GPU to connect or anything like that. So now we just shut the engines down. So make sure we're idle. And then there's a couple of click spots here. I've not actually shut the engines down before. Isn't there a couple of click spots? Oh no, I can't do it. What's a classic Microsoft Flight Sim command to shut the engines off? It says in the update that there's a little click spot or something to shut the engines down. Well, Control Shift F1? As you hit Toga. The engines are still on, aren't they? How the hell do I shut it off? Can't. I followed the manual. There's no taxi inflow. Well, I'm not ending the stream with the engines running. Skill issue. How else can I? On the off label? Oh! Well spotted, yeah, click off. Off, I've done it on number 2. Click, 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 click. There we go! Oh, there we are. I don't think there's any small down sounds from the outside. There we are. And place the ladders. There we go. And we're all done. I'll put the light up ever so slightly as we roll out the stream there. Yeah, look, if I was another hour, we'd have a bit more light. Yeah, look, it looks like it's minus 35 here. There we go. Lots of clicking involved, but we made it in the SR71. Oh, I better turn the beacon off because someone will say in chat, beacon's on. There you go. Perfect. Awesome. Well, that concludes today's live stream. Thank you very much, Blackbird Simulations, for sending me out there SR71. Awesome add-on. I'm not even scratched the surface with my meager 737 type rating. I read the manual, installed it yesterday, did a couple of test sectors. The engines didn't flame out on my flight today though, which is a good sign. They did on my first few, but what an add-on. And this is an add-on you need to take seriously. You have to follow the manual, do things properly. And you have different levels of realism. I didn't have it on the most intense instructor mode because that really punishes you. I think there's a few manoeuvres I did, or the autopilot issues with the beta build would have probably caused issues, the engines flaming out in real life, but it did work, and I did get you from A to B, which is the main thing. So this aircraft is available in early access for $35 now, should be released. Well, it's in beta now, $35 release will be slightly more, but go check out Blackbird Simulations website and their forum for more information. I think they have a Discord server as well, and their usual social media pages. But today was an epic day for the channel. 100,000 subscribers reached. In fact, as of right now, 100,007. I don't know who the 100,000 subscriber was, but it was amazing to be going past Mach 1.7 when it happened. But I have to say, thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed and made me reach this quite incredible landmark for a YouTuber, I suppose. That's 100,000 people who've sat down on their phone, tablet, iPad, computer, TV and pressed subscribe because they thought they might learn a thing or two, or maybe they just did it for fun, I don't know. But it's incredible that that many people would be interested in watching a 737 rated pilot flying various aircraft and flight simulators. And of course, you know, 80-90% of my content is 737 related, always will be, but I have so much fun flying different aircraft like the SR71 today, but all the Airbuses, Embraers and things like that. So look, I didn't anticipate this happening today or really plan on what to say or what to do to say thank you to all of you, but all I can say is thank you. I'll make a post this evening to state the fact that we've surpassed 100,000 subscribers, but primarily to the members who have been here really since the start of the channel, since YouTube started membership 7-8 years ago, soon after I started this channel. A lot of the members here have been here that period of time, so thank you primarily to all you guys, to everyone that's donated in that period of time. You'll never see me ask for a donation, but thank you so much for your generosity. That really does help going into things like my new PC, purchasing aircraft to review and scenery and buying the sims and whatnot, and any change it goes to supporting my family. So thank you very much for all the support you give me for that time. But as ever, as we move forward with the channel, nothing will change. I think the way the channel runs is just fine. I enjoy doing it. I think most of you guys enjoy watching it, but I'm always open to feedback. But as I said, thank you very much to all of you for watching me from the start and continuing on with this journey as we move forward into 2026 very soon, next week. And who knows, maybe 200,000 subscribers in 8 years' time. We'll have to see. But yeah, X-Plane stream's coming when the new PC arrives in the next week or two. Very much looking forward to doing that. But I can't really ring this out anymore. Thank you so much to all of you for all of your support throughout this entire period of time. Right, 27th of December 2025. I reached 100,000 subscribers. We're logging off now. I'm at work tomorrow, but hopefully stream one of my standbys this week as usual before the end of the year is up. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.